It sounds a bit love meeting in the medium of the way, while down there's a queuing of juggernauts upcoming direct at you. The is a slight overplayed, but it's type of which an world team of scientists has fair set out to do. The researchers wish to stand by themselves in the center of Berg Avenue off the tip of the Antarctic Peninsula and drill bit in the seabed. Enormous blocks of ice are potential to go drift by in the trial. It's hoped the sediments the researchers restore will speak us thing of how the White's mainland has modified in the history and how its many kilometers thick ice leaf might respond in the next, in which's designed to be a lot heating pad planet. The scientists are looking for the rafted wreckage has been omitted by gigantic bergs as they chief polar of the peninsula to the southward Atlantic. The detritus of powder, mud, and fate was initially cleared off the mainland by the ice, while it was portion of a ice house, up it ruined off to be and Berg. And via the miracle of contemporary geochemical, it's probable today the content, and though to tie it to particular locations in Antarctica. The very useful item of the scientists' spot of type is how they just requirement go to the avenue to get a really wide type of history Antarctic behavior. It plant love the bergs while they cave will crash against clockwise about the shore in the line undertaken by close shore currents. But while they achieve the peninsular house while they face the big clockwise stream of water supply named as the Antarctic circumpolar present. The bergs are later carried away and chief polar. And fair permanent in the medium of the lively railway, as the junior now intends to do, till you get to specimen the maximally wide band of content omitted of historic bergs on their sluggish drifting up in the southward Atlantic. In really easy regulation, the more than ice blocks how gone via the avenue in any special time in the history, the more than volatile the Antarctic was potential to include been for how period. In some speech, the thickest layers of omitted stone and powder deposit on the sea story should refer to the warmest phases of old Antarctica. Down there's rather a bit of vulgarization in the history, not low the acceptance how the avenue is dominated by bergs of the east of the mainland, but the general image holds. The junior expects to drag up hundreds of meters of sludge mandrel cover the history 20 millionth year. A key time interval of concern will be the deceased Pliocene hot time, on March 4 millionth year back, told Mission Company Lead Inspector Professor Maureen Ramo of the Lamont Doherty Land Observatory of Columbia College, U.S. The was while carbon sequestration dioxide was 400 components per millionth, ppm, in the ambience, about such to which it is present. I've consumable a lot of period hard to job out which world ocean level was making at how period since apparently how would say immediately to the issue of if East Antarctica loses massive or reached massive in a lightly heating pad environment. The last is probable if a heating pad ambience triggers more than snow. Else time of acute concern is how of the previous Pleistocene, of 2.5 millionth to 800,000 year back. It's a stage in land story while ice ages on the Earth are named to include go and lost on approximately 41,000 year cycles. The had thing to do in the changing environment of the land's orbital about the sunshine, but has yet to be completely explainable. We'll certainly get sediments of the period, she added. If the present flight is focused on history behavior in East Antarctica, a additional drill force should fill in lot of the story in the western of the mainland. The junior has just newly completed drill sludge cores in the Amundsen Sea region. The is the segment of the Antarctic ice leaf, more than rather than any some region, how is change up our eyes, explainable 379's co-head scholar, Dr. Yulia Wellner of the College of Houston. Time we include several ideas on why the is event, it's not so understood still. We've just been observer it for a few many decades. So how's why we requirement these much longer term accounting records, to get a actual understanding on which's happening now and how things could changing in the next. Yet it's not lightweight. Down there were times on our flight while we mind we were in Berg Avenue since down there were so lot bergs on, and each period one approaches you include to leave your opening, expect for the iceberg to undergo, and later back to restart drill.